CP.
Are you serious? He's gone. 40, Portis all the way. Touchdown Redskins, 64 yards.
26 minutes.
He's pretty sharp. He'll coach you up on the Miami guys and everything else. He's kind of fun to be around. Got an opinion too.
I've been blessed to have the opportunity to go out and be myself and say the things that I say. And for the outside world, they can deal with it how they deal with it.
26 minutes with Clinton Portis. CP. Teach him something.
Episode 17 coming up. 16 of these things in the book. We've had a great season. Thank you all for tuning in to 26 minutes. Meineke McNutt. Today we don't have Jake. He's doing something big time. But to fill in for him, the mouth of the South, straight from a rapper's funeral, Frederick Smoot.
He's live in his PJs for 26 minutes.
I
don't feel safe in there.
Hey, listen, he Gucci down to the T. His socks Gucci. His shoes are FUBU, which we gotta get
these
those
is Gucci
in.
too.
Listen, so let's get right to it. Josh Johnson, great performance against the Jags last week. As usual, my quotes are headlines, and all of a sudden, Clinton Portis has said Josh Johnson should be the starting quarterback for the Washington Redskins next season. Although I said, sitting with Chris Cooley, I said I think Josh Johnson played himself into at least a backup role next season for this team. But somehow, as usual, my words made headlines. So Josh Johnson performance.
Because people know that you're going to teach them something. That's why your quotes make headlines.
Why won't you give me my credit?
Duh.
I
didn't give you credit.
I call him Steaming Willie Beaning. No, that's what I call him.
Here's what I will say about Josh and what I liked. In all the quotes post-game is he's like, you never know when you'll get this opportunity again. So at a minimum, it's a great story.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens next.
And like you said, he's played himself on somebody's roster this summer to have a chance. And when you look at our quarterback situation, man, Alex going to be out for a while. Of course, Cole will be back. He's under contract. But you also got to look in the future here. It's Jacoby Brissett over there sitting behind Andrew Luck. All right, Teddy Bridgewater down there in New Orleans. So it's certain people you can go out here and say, I can win with this guy also. And then you can be thinking about Josh Johnson as a backup.
But then, Smoot, I want to ask you, how much does then familiarity, which we've heard as a buzzword around this organization, matter? That Josh has been here. Would it matter?
If you give an offseason, familiarity, that's the reason of the offseason. That's why people change teams. That's why they're brought in the offseason. You get an opportunity to practice, participate, learn the playbook with your team. Josh Johnson, even with Colt McCoy, Josh Johnson has stepped in and performed. I said this knowing Alex Smith probably wouldn't be ready for week 1.
No, he's going to be ready for week 10.
If you got Colt McCoy, if Colt McCoy is on this roster, the next guy should be, you're giving everyone an opportunity. I said Josh Johnson, with his performance, has looked better than most quarterbacks who are familiar or in a system that they've been in. And
I can make you familiar if I got a whole offseason to do it. That's why you got to understand, if I'm a GM, I'm going in this thing with a clean slate. I know my situation at quarterback, and I know what I got to do against the cap. All right, but at the end of the day, I can go in this thing knowing I can go get another quarterback, and he can learn this system just as quick. It's an offseason. The only reason Josh Johnson's on this team is because of the situation at quarterback. We're in season
Absolutely.
right now.
So you are not giving any credit to
I'm giving credit.
No, Smoot, listen.
I'm giving credit.
What if Josh goes and we win the next? He wins 3 in a row and gets a wild card win.
Then he deserves to be on this team.
But that's what you need. You need to see that kind of result.
I just need him to play. Ain't no pressure on Josh. If you want to be in a situation, like he said, he got more to gain than more to lose in this situation. So he's going to go out there and he's going to play some football. Like I said, he's going to play himself on a roster. But if I'm a GM of a whole entire team, of course I want him on my roster next year. But I'm also looking around now.
But to me, it's seeing what he's done with this small body of work, this small body of practice, this small opportunity, making the most of it. When other guys who have had comfort around the league, you're talking about Kessler in Jacksonville, you're talking about Chase Daniels in Chicago, all of these people who are like, they're great backup quarterbacks, they're getting paid $4 and $5 million a year, don't have this hunger, talent, and desire that we're seeing Josh Johnson.
So this is a flashback way back to week 1 of our podcast when you talked about not having, right? Those guys came out of school, landed backup roles. They're good. What we're seeing is that hunger, to your point, from Josh Johnson.
See, I can't take a fan mentality to it. It's nostalgia. I can't get caught up with what you did in the past for me or what you just doing right now. I have to look at the big picture.
Straight up talent evaluating.
Just evaluating talent, saying who is going to put us in a position to win next year when I know I got maturing guys on defense, getting older that's ready to win. I get my back next year. I still got AP back next year. I'm missing a one piece. Yes, he'll be great as a backup role, but I'm still gonna, like I said, I still gotta search for that main key. Nostalgia don't bother me. If it's business, and I'm gonna handle it for the future. I can't get trapped in it now.
Send a guy that make plays, send a guy that can stretch the pocket when pressure comes, send a guy that makes those adjustments and being able to make all the throws, which I haven't seen him with a bad pass in 2 opportunities, 2 games that he's had opportunities. I haven't seen a bad pass from this kid. So,
add 70 more guys to the mix that's coming out of college also. You got your Reid Greers down the road. You got guys.
But they still got to learn, and they're going to be expensive. Like
young quarterbacks is what people winning with right now.
I hear you, Smoot, but I guess, and maybe this is me still being more of a fan than an actual football player like you, fabulous gentleman. But you're not giving any credit for camaraderie, chemistry. No,
it don't even matter. I'll tell you who you can give credit to.
Okay.
Right now we got the Pro Bowl roster just been released. 2 guys, Trent Williams 7 times, 7 consecutive Pro Bowls as the Washington Redskins to tie the record for most of anybody. And Ryan Kerrigan also get the nod, which is great for those guys. Yeah. But when you look, there are a lot of guys up. I feel like DJ.
That's the first one I thought of.
DJ having a great season.
Yeah.
Should have definitely been in the Pro Bowl.
They rarely get the Pro Bowl right. The Pro Bowl is a popularity contest. It's not what you done on the field. It's a lot of guys out there that deserve a nod that somebody gonna get just because they grandfathered in. If you over there in the AFC, you know ain't but 2 slots at quarterback. Tom Brady automatically got someone. He grandfathered in. At the end of the day,
Rivers.
Yeah, grandfathered in. So at the end of the day, you ain't going unless they turn it down, which they're not gonna play in it.
So is that bulletin board material personally? Or you already know? Like you don't even try?
I played football in the NFL. You know, if you played in the NFC or the AFC during a certain time, these guys are grandfathered in. Slow season, mid-season.
Outside of quarterback, like, will DJ acknowledge that he felt snubbed and like
he's definitely gonna acknowledge that he felt snubbed. During my career, I felt like I got snubbed at least 3 or 4 times where I should have been. If you look at the top 5 running backs in the NFL, I was in the top 5 at season's end. But at week 12, when this is voted upon, and week 16, when it's released, it's totally different.
It got a lot to do with team success also. All right, that's what it got to do. If your team ain't 13-3, if you ain't playing with Peyton Manning, they ain't gonna pick you. I always look, the teams that's what they pick and go into the Super Bowl, always gonna have 4 or 5 Pro Bowlers, 6 Pro Bowlers, but they not gonna look amongst the other teams and say, you know what, he having a Pro Bowl season too. It ain't the popular vote at the time.
Well, the popular vote, speaking of people who got snubbed, you got Drew Brees down in New Orleans with the #1 team in the NFL. Alvin Kamara didn't make the Pro Bowl.
No, didn't Christian McCaffrey either. See, these are the things
Andrew
that I'm talking
Luck.
about.
Okay, but wouldn't that be to your point? Because New Orleans has been hot all year.
All right, but also, though, look at the backs he got to continue. Who you going to take off the list?
I got
Zeke
you.
Elliott?
I got you.
Who you going to take off the list? Tell me.
I'm not going to take Zeke. So it would be Zeke, Saquon, and Kamara for me. You have to.
So you don't give it to James Conner. James Conner's going. Oh wait,
no,
that's the other side.
So who was the third guy?
Let me see. The NFC running backs are Todd Gurley, Saquon Barkley.
Oh yeah, you can't take Gurley.
I'm going to say, who you going to take out?
Yeah, that makes it hard. Well, Saquon is in the market with. He's definitely.
He's God's gift to running backs. I'm sorry. I don't think I ever seen nothing like it. He's special.
But this doesn't go to the team argument though, is what I'm saying. Except for
but the market. You have marketing.
Kamara should get in as a return man at that time. I think you should look at the bigger picture and say he deserved to be a Pro Bowler by any means.
Well, no, Roberts is in AFC. Yeah. So, but look at backs that got in. You got Barkley, Lindsey, and Connor, all first-time backs, first year starting. getting the opportunity.
But both of them incredible stories.
Well, that's what I was getting at.
Oh, my bad.
Not only are they incredible stories, but these guys are taking advantage of the
One of
opportunity.
those guys wasn't going to be on there because, the Kareem Hunt situation. Because I truly believe if he was still playing, he would have been one of those Pro Bowlers, and a guy like Philip Lindsay probably wouldn't have been on there.
Yeah, but you can't take what Philip Lindsay is.
Oh, no,
doing.
but then Philip Lindsay, Chris McCaffrey, what's the difference?
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey in the NFC. That makes it tough for him.
I'm saying we missing one alphabet just got missing. It had nothing to do with football, so everybody had to move up a slot.
Yeah, it happens.
Well,
it happens.
It'll be tons of fun and warm weather. It's back in Hawaii? Or no?
No,
it's
it's
in
in
Orlando.
Orlando.
It's Orlando. My bad.
That's
My
totally
bad.
not Hawaii.
My bad. It's not Hawaii at all. It's still warm. It's warmer than it is here.
Nah, you would rather go to Hawaii. But it's time. You know what? You could take us on a Honolulu break. Pay the bills.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. I have to pay the bills. Here we go. Helping people improve their lives is what should drive business. That's the belief at Koch Industries, which employs more than 65,000 people across America. The team at Koch works together to meet the world's changing needs in transportation, medical care, water filtration, household goods, energy-efficient building products, and everyday technologies, all while consuming fewer resources. See the innovations firsthand at kochindustries.com.
That's pretty nice.
That was pretty good, man.
I hope I made Jake proud.
You're in
Commercial
trouble.
read.
I hope I made
listen,
Jake proud.
You better stop doing big time stuff because if Monica keep getting opportunities, she's gonna keep capitalizing.
Is that Jake from State Farm?
Yes, it's definitely Jake from
Mr.
State Farm.
Jake.
Well, he wears khakis. It's not Jake from State Farm, but he often wears khakis on the show.
And I like those poach out sideburns, by the way. You must be going to a 70s party. They small poach outs now. They lollipop, but hey, they gonna get there, man.
Hey, listen, all that facial hair that all of a sudden you got.
Hey, I joined the beer game. I'm so proud of myself. I've been military style for so long.
The best thing it did was cover up your lips. But, listen. So, speaking of Jacksonville, we just played the Jacksonville Jaguars. After the game, Jalen Ramsey was asked about his coach, and his response was, I ain't worried about nobody but myself.
So here I am to clean this up, just in case, because Jalen tweeted after the fact. He's like, why worry about something you have zero control over, and I don't care are two different sayings and meanings. Y'all are sad for real, and God bless. I think he makes a great point.
They could ask me this question 10 years ago when I was in the league.
And you had the same
I would have had the same answer. Hey, so what about Zorn? You worried about Zorn? With 2 games to go, I'm worried about my damn self, all right? What I'm worried about Zorn job for? All us, under constant threat right here. I don't know the new coach.
Well, I guess I'm not the only
Is that a
person
statement,
who felt
though?
that.
But
Listen,
is that a statement? That he didn't necessarily
It ain't
take
nothing
it one way or
that
another.
all players don't want to say.
yeah, but he didn't say anything wrong.
I
think
agree, but he
should
didn't
only be
endorse.
worried- Well, I mean, how do you endorse a situation you can't control?
You're an
You can go out
independent
and endorse
contractor.
them. Yeah, you're an independent contractor.
That's
People
really how you
not
see it,
endorsing you.
Yeah. Listen to me. We don't get fired together. They come with a pink slip alone.
Yeah.
Like when the Reaper come down now, all us looking to see which locker he going to.
Unless it's for that 53-man roster. That's the only day that you get fired together. Other than that, they
it's a
come
long
one-on-one.
thing, man. It's a long thing. All right, your career ends differently than everybody else's. And guess what? They ain't worried about you then. It ain't no team thing. The team ain't call you back talking about, hey, we gonna split our salary up so we can get you on the team. Nope, you just fired.
Hey, speaking of fired and team and vouching
Notifications.
for someone and being in place, Eric Reid comes back after he finally gets a job. Who I felt a guy at the safety position that I felt like should have been highly sought after. Stood for Kaepernick kneeling, and all of a sudden, 7 drug tests, random drug tests after games that just so happened a bunch of them were primetime televised games. And if he do something good, when he make it into the locker room, he's randomly drug tested.
It ain't nothing like them showing up and saying pee in this cup. Listen, it's part of life, but I'm with him. It ain't like.
So
7 times is
okay,
excessive.
so-
Even for the NFL, it's like
I was just about to ask
we're
y'all
picking
that.
at you.
Okay, so we established that he's being targeted. Let's go with that.
And it ain't
But
for street drugs.
should
This is
he-
about steroids.
But should we be surprised?
Well,
We should, because you say it's random.
So a
If-
machine randomly picks
Me this
so you
many
ran
times.
7 out of 11 times.
Sell him out of the what?
He said
12,
11
14
weeks,
weeks?
Why can't I randomly win the lottery 7 months out of the 12?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, let me do that. Now
Hey,
let me
that's
see
a lot.
a machine pick me out 7 times on the lottery.
So then what's next? Like, he doesn't have a choice. He's got to.
No, you got to literally go in there, pull your
No,
pants
and I
down
got
and
you.
pee.
But is this? So he put the picture out on Twitter.
Yeah.
He's got to handle it. But is there a conversation with the NFLPA? Like, does this just kind of fall
Who do
away?
you talk to?
I
Like,
don't- I'm
they're
asking
not
you.
gonna
Yeah, I've
listen
been
when-
saying it's like the NCAA. Who is the face of the NCAA? We don't know it. They the Illuminati.
Mark
we
Emmert.
don't know. We don't know who is the guy that I need to blame for all this stuff. And that's the same thing with the P guys.
And
So they
you know-
come in there
and
and they
you know-
want what they want.
So does nobody get called to the carpet on this?
Who gonna get?
Who
you gonna call? Troy Vincent? Hey,
Yeah.
Troy.
I
Hey, Troy.
don't
Damn,
answer
they
nothing
drug
about this.
tested me.
But it's so blatant, y'all. Nothing's gonna happen.
Nothing's gonna happen.
I mean, it's obviously
all
not.
right,
like-
well, he got 2 games going in the regular season. He got 1 more PM coming up. Right, that's just what it is.
Speaking of that, my calls, my cliques. Did you see Eric Reid cliques had Cap and the Black Panther on them?
I did
Unique
see his-
clique.
I did
Right
see his
team to
tweets.
do it.
Right team to
Carolina?
do
Yeah,
it.
the Panthers. Hey, what? That's the mascot. The Black Panther.
That's a good point.
Good point.
That's a good point.
You ain't, I gotta drive through South Carolina anyway. When I pull through South Carolina, I'll be like, Wakanda forever. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you.
The one thing I will say that I admire and I think about Eric Reid is he's been consistent. Even when we saw whatever minor spat with Malcolm Jenkins, he's been consistent this whole way
That's
through
not
at
mi-
a cost.
That's not minor. You let Malcolm Jenkins know he should have
Hey,
stood
guess
up.
what? But see, I don't like
It was
that.
minor.
Now, that's what I don't like about Eric Reid. Like
Everybody doesn't operate the way
man,
you
at the
do.
end of the way, and just because somebody getting to the same point you trying to get to, taking a different direction to get there, you can't knock them for that. At the end of the day, that's Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. One guy's a extremist, one guy saying, you know what, we're going to kill him with words. Hey, both of your ways work. Don't hate on another man. Come on, let's just do it together. I ain't got to like you to be a teammate of you.
Gotcha.
That's
Okay.
true.
Before we get to that was a great topic, Smoot. We got to get you back
job,
more often.
Smoot.
man.
I'm so conscious. I went to the Higher Learning Institute of Mississippi State. Ivy League.
You got a higher learning car too. Hey, look, so before we get into it, matter of fact, Monica, you pay the bills. When we come out of paying the bills, we'll move best thing we saw back right now. Pay the bills, Monica.
Let me tell you a little bit about our friends at your local DC area Meineke Car Care Centers. It's a great place for everything you need done to your car on the road. It's so important to maintain your car, and there are 19 Meineke Car Care locations in the greater Washington, D.C. area to help you do so. So, is car repair on your holiday shopping list?
It is.
With services from oil changes to brake repair, the experts at Meineke have you covered. Right now, get a basic oil change for only $19.95. Go in today or save some time by booking online at Meineke.com. Meineke, on with life.
Monica, you are doing a great job.
You make me want to get my oil changed like right now. I don't even need to get it changed.
Thanks, guys. So fun.
All right.
Hey, listen, so Smoot, we do a segment called Best Thing We Saw, and it's whatever the best thing you saw this week is Monica's favorite segment.
It is my favorite segment.
Oh, the best thing. It don't matter what it is.
Yeah, no matter what it is, you just best
yeah,
thing we
it's
saw.
your life.
Deep.
Unless it's some
Inappropriate.
inappropriate
I know.
stuff, you know.
Well, that's life too, now. This
Yeah,
could be
but
the best thing
this is
I
not the
ever
platform
saw.
for you to discuss. So right now we're gonna give the floor.
Thanks,
floor
CP.
to Monica.
So let me be team oriented. The best thing I saw was a win for us this week. It's been
All
a
right,
long time.
all right.
I like that. But for real, mine is usually an article. The best thing I saw, and I know everybody was giving it its praise, was the article on Charles Barkley and his friendship with the random gentleman. I forgot his name, and I read the article. Sorry, y'all. But his friendship with the guy, Lynn, over the course of the years, that kind of just was so heartwarming. I mean, it's good to see guys that we see in a high-profile space with a big personality just being relatable and like having real relationships. I think sometimes people see you guys on these platforms and like we always talk about on Twitter, come at your neck like you're not regular people, but Charles Barkley is a regular person with a great friendship that was really touching.
You make me feel like my best thing I saw all week is terrible, but I like to laugh, right? So, and I like commercials, all right? And I like to wonder how did they write these commercials? And this Geico commercial that's new with the granddad asleep and he's snoring and
I love
one
that
nostril
commercial.
like
It's playing Flight of the Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Yep. I love that commercial.
Hey, and then the little kid come push the nostril and it's switching
Saxophone.
up.
Yes.
Listen to me. It kills me.
That's a good
It
commercial.
kills me, man. So that's the best thing I saw all month.
Geico is doing a competition though, seriously, to like tell them what their best commercial was?
It's the Peter Pan commercial.
I don't remember
when
that one.
Like, Peter Pan flew in at his high school reunion. And everybody else had got older except Peter. And he told what's her name? She don't look a day over 60.
How do you remember all these commercials? Everything.
You remember Jake from State Farm?
Yeah, but no, he remembers. If you ever sit around him, he know character names from every movie. Like, he know 3 and 4 characters.
I know a lot
movie.
of useless information.
Yeah, like so. But great information. Best thing I saw. So coming back through the airport, and you know, it's 2 ways to look at it. So I travel a lot. I was flying back in for this show, and when I walked into the airport, the first thing I thought was the aggravation, the annoyance of holiday travel. It's really annoying, and you got, no matter what, business class, first class, every line is jam-packed. And instantly, you know, something's gotten over me where I've learned patience this last 3 or 4 months. I've been tested numerous times, and I realize I'm getting very patient as I get older. So, you know, of course for us, we're always catered to. You got the first class, you got all of this stuff, so it's instant. So I got to sit in this long line, and I'm thinking, like, I'm going to get to my gate in time. Of course, I'm there an hour ahead of time, but I'm going to spend 35 or 40 minutes in line. So I just so happened to been paying attention, and all of the troops were coming in. Like, they probably had over 1,000 troops in the airport. And I just, like, something switched to me to say, look at these people. And so I look at all the troops and how they were being treated. And it's the first time in such a long time, because normally it's an athlete that gets all the attention and the praises. And as these people walked by, there were numerous, I'm talking about a lot of people
clapping,
being respectful.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service, the appreciation. And the first thing I thought about was, I'm sitting here thinking like, oh, I got to hurry up and I got to get to this show. I got to get to work. I'm in a rush to get to work. But these people have been separated from family, friends,
been through, seen it
loved
all.
ones. They've seen it all, putting their life on the line for
All
us
the
to
time,
get
I
this
tell
opportunity.
people.
And it was like, I wanted to shed, I got happy. And it was like, it is so dope to see the appreciation. Like, as an athlete, we always get the appreciation and the praise, and we haven't done anything. It's just people grow up idolizing us.
That's all. They watched us grow.
Whereas
That's
these
awesome,
people, these troops that don't get the appreciation, it's rare that we say thank you for them affording and giving us the opportunities that we get. But that was so dope to us. And as I walked behind them, because it was crowds everywhere. So I'm kind of not eavesdropping, but eavesdropping, because I could hear you talking as we walk, and just the things they were excited about. Like, one dude just made up a song walking through the airport about what he was looking forward to when he get home.
Probably
and I'm just
the simple thing.
It was the simplest stuff that you say, like, dang, I had that this morning.
I want to just go get a Big Mac.
And he just made up a little song, and he was singing along his crew, and they were all having a good time, thinking like, man, wow, like the simple, you get up, you get to sleep in, you get to see your family and friends, you get to go see your lady or whatever it is.
You get to take a walk down the park.
Here is, I think, what's important in what you're saying is, we are, athlete or not, so quick to complain. And if you truly walk around, especially during the holidays, with the attitude of gratitude, you're absolutely right. None of us have been in combat or separated from our families to go fight for some people we don't know.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? So if we should do a better job year round.
No, hashtag, they should. I always wonder why. If I put my life on the line and I'm in the military, why don't they get free utilities? I shouldn't have to pay for water,
I mean, that's
electricity.
a whole nother
when I come back
Smoot.
on my own homeland that I'm protected, I should not have to pay for utilities.
That's a whole
Hey, you don't
nother
pay
ball
for
of wax.
utilities in
No, I get it from my neighbor.
Yeah,
It's
I know,
line running
exactly.
right
You
through
from
that thing.
Mississippi.
I ain't
You
paid
been
for
stealing-
utilities in 2 decades.
You've been stealing cable, you've been stealing internet.
Hashtag life hacks.
Attitude of gratitude for the holidays. Yes, that was the point.
That's great, but good thing. Happy holidays to everybody. We got to get Smoot off the couch, bring Kelly in.
Why
I
rent
appreciate
a car
you joining us.
for $100 when I can win a U-Haul and just drive it around for $19.99?
I don't know what just happened.
Hey, thank you for watching 26 Minutes with Fred Smoot. That's what we got to go and give Smoot his credit. 26 Minutes with Fred Smoot. These are the best episodes, but we got Kelly coming to the couch for Ask CP.
Football might be the gift that keeps on giving, but it's not something you can wrap in a shiny paper and send to a friend. For that kind of gift, look to the Virginia Lottery's Holiday Games. When you give holiday games to family, friends, or neighbors, you're giving the gift of joy. And you could be giving the gift of awesome cash prizes too. Give $1 holiday sparkle scratchers to everyone in your fantasy football league. Pass out $2 gingerbread double scratchers to all your coworkers. Surprise your in-laws with some $20, $100, or $200 to win scratchers. Everyone likes a good game. The season of giving is here, so give the gift of joy. Give holiday games from the Virginia Lottery. Look for Holiday Sparkle, Gingerbread Doubler, Winter Luck, 10,000 bonus, win either $100 or $200, and all the other Virginia Lottery games at your favorite lottery retailer.
Time for Q&A with Clinton. Next question.
Next question.
Next question.
Next question.
That's the way it is.
Next question.
Next question.
It's a legitimate question.
Next question.
Next question.
Jake, you're in trouble.
That was the most captivating read ever.
I know, and she did it in sign language.
We just watched
when
it.
she did it. We just saw it. And she did it in sign language. She did it in sign language when she
Something
did.
going on here.
So now it's time to introduce Kelly. Kelly is on the couch. Kelly is looking great. Who do we play today? You got on all black, so you're not going
I
for the
can't
Titans.
go wrong with all black,
Yeah,
so I'm
you
just
can't.
going to stick with it for the rest of the season.
I'm a fan
But
of
you
the
do
pumps,
got
girl.
on Titan
All
shoes.
black.
She got
The
on
pumps
blue
are
shoes.
These are not
cute.
Titans.
Yes, that's Titan blue.
It is blue,
This is
Kel.
not their
And
blue,
her
though.
nails
This is
are
not
red.
their blue.
It's hot.
It's the holiday
It's
season.
Christmas.
Come on.
Go green. God.
Red's closer to burgundy. You could look at it that way.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right. On with the segment. Speaking of Titans playing this Saturday, they're 8-6. They're coming off a 17-0 win against the Giants. And one of the biggest questions, obviously, was what has to be done to win against the Titans.
Well, you got to find a way to get 2 extra players in the backfield to tackle their running back. He's hot of late, 400 yards over the last 2 weeks alone. You can't let him beat you. That's the one person who can't go out and win the game. So your game plan has to be designed to stop their running game. If Mariota beats you, if one of their receivers or tight end beats you, you can live with that. But you definitely can't lose with Henry destroying your defense and rushing for over 150 yards this week.
Okay. Another question from AJB_16. How do you think the Redskins will end the season? We've got Titans left and the Eagles.
Well, you figure they're playing for a playoff spot. If they could win, then they get in. And I think with Johnson at quarterback, this guy is a no-fear guy. He's playing for a future. And anytime you can find someone that's playing with a purpose, that's playing for something greater than just to say I'm a football player or I'm getting paid, it's an edge that no one can kind of prepare for, because you're going above and beyond to do whatever you can to get this team to victory. So if some guys on this team catch on to that Johnson train for these last 2 weeks, it could be something special. You look at Jameson Crowder, who's had 2 big plays the last 2 weeks. You look at guys who's getting the opportunity that's coming up, and you hope that they can lift or team up to the way Josh Johnson is playing. So you could possibly go 2-0, and because the Eagles, well, take it one game at a time. The Titans, of course, are 8-6. You're going to their home. Tough defense, but their offense is not that high powered. If you can come out and score with them, if you can stop their running game, which you know they want to run, if you come out and stop their running game and find a way to win, you got a chance to play the Eagles to close out the season, who don't have their quarterback, and you're playing.
The Eagles did just get the Rams, though.
Yeah, but that's their big. Of course, everybody will rise up for the Rams. So Eagles divisional game at the end of the season, and everyone's playing to get into the playoffs, is a different element, and you're at home.
I want to piggyback on that one just a little bit. Considering you got to win, kind of shake that monkey off your back. You're still playing for something, and Josh is in. Will we see a shift in this team the rest of the way? Like, at this point in the season, you're a little beat up, you're a little bit worn down, you are on your 4th quarterback, but you still got a chance. Like, how does that look?
Well, you think about who are you saving? It's no need to save AP to make it through the season anymore. Now you can unleash AP. You see what I'm saying? It's no, well, we got 5 games or we got 6 games. You have 2 weeks left. If AP can't play in the last game, then you figure out who can carry the team the last game. Right now, I think this is a heavy dosage of AP because they want to run the ball, and that's going to run the clock. So unless the more you keep them off the field, that you can move the chains and run the clock, the less possessions for both teams, which the Skins can win that game. Now, if they get in a shootout or the Skins turn the ball over and they're able to run the ball, it's tough to catch up that way.
Gotcha.
All right. From Yusuf K2, what do you think the Redskins will need most in the upcoming 2019 NFL Draft? Smoot talked about a quarterback.
Yusuf, well, I hope you're not messing with K2. That's one of the most dangerous things on the market.
Oh, my God.
No.
That's his name.
So when you look at the draft position, you got a running back last year with Geis. You probably need to go out and get a young quarterback, and you definitely got to get a playmaker receiver. You got to go out and get a big-time receiver. I'm not sure who the receivers are right now. I haven't gotten to my draft prep, but you got to go out and find a threat. You got to find a deep threat, a dominant number 1 receiver. That's been an issue, Pierre and D-Jack. So you got to go out and find a number 1 receiver. And then you have to find team speed. You got to get a DN, like a pass rushing DN in the draft as well. So you kind of ignored that. I know having Preston Smith and Kerrigan. Preston Smith is a free agent. You got Kerrigan going to the Pro Bowl again. So you got to get a pass rush, a guy on 3rd down that they got to focus on this guy because he can cause havoc, especially with the young D lineman you already have.
Our line is a little jacked. The O-line, you looking for that?
Yeah, you got to get. You always need O-line depth, and we've had O-line depth. You have all of these guys, and you're constantly banged up. So when you look at Sheriff and Mosley, we got the depth, but they're constantly banged up. Right. So you have to. You can never have too many O-linemen.
Yeah. Speaking about that depth, a question that we got from Kyle, the almost GOAT. Have you ever seen?
How close, Kyle? How close to the GOAT?
Have you ever seen injuries like this? We have 10 questionable players.
I have, and at the end of the season, you normally see this. This always been the thing with the Redskins.
So what's the difference between hurt and injured at this point?
Well, some of the guys you look at in last 2 games of the season, you don't want to risk losing these guys. You don't want to risk these guys something happening and it carry overs to next year. So if there's even a question like, oh, can you play, or can something happen that's going to be catastrophic and end up carrying into the offseason? A lot of guys don't want to go into the offseason and get surgery, so it's kind of like, well, let's just shut this guy down. And you see a lot of teams start to do that. Like I would think the Giants Saquon Barkley won't play in the final game, So when you start looking around the league, guys will start to shut down and you'll start playing safety patrol.
Interesting. Well, that's all we have for Ask CP this week.
That's all we have for 26 minutes. We've given you about 1 hour of good stuff. McNutt, Kelly, Fred, Smoot.
Killed it.
Smoot, great job, Smoot. So that's it for 26 minutes. Join us next week for episode 18. Peace out. Happy holidays.
Are uninvited pests ruining your plans? Let PMSI, the pest control partner of the Washington Redskins, handle it for you. Call today for your free inspection, and they'll work around your schedule to provide you the best solution possible to defend your home territory against pests of all kinds, including mold. Visit mypmsi.com for the game plan to control the pests on your home turf. That's mypmsi.com.
This is Rick Goslin with the Talk of Fame Network. This NFL season, FanDuel has more ways to win than ever before. New Beat the Score contests pay out everyone who hits a certain score. Now it's easy to find your friends and challenge them to play head-to-head fantasy contests for cash or bragging rights. New players, try FanDuel today and get a $20 bonus when you make your first deposit. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/Rick.
New users only. Bonus not available for withdrawal. State and age restrictions apply. For eligibility rules, terms, and conditions, go to FanDuel.com. John Riggins here with a little tip. If you need a mortgage, take my advice and use the pros at McLean Mortgage. Buying a home can be stressful and filled with hassles. The experts at McLean Mortgage understand what an important financial investment your home is and will seamlessly guide you through the process to successful home ownership. Smooth, amazing, easy, professional, and first rate are just some of the reviews from their tens of thousands of homeowners, including me. I trust McLean Mortgage, and I hope you will too. Check them out at McLeanMortgage.com.
To the Redskins this year with gear from the official Redskins team store. From Nike player and personalized jerseys to a great selection of new era hats, the Redskins team store has you covered. Plus, we have an amazing variety of youth and ladies apparel and everything you need to throw the perfect tailgate party. And we have signs, flags, and collectibles for the perfect Redskins man cave. So hail to the Redskins in style at any of our 4 Redskins team stores or online anytime at RedskinsTeamStore.com.
Your Redskins 365 update for this Wednesday, December 19th. Redskins making a couple of minor roster moves as they sign Jeremy Reeves off the practice squad to the active roster. And in a corresponding move, they put cornerback Danny Johnson on injured reserve. Jay Gruden and Josh Johnson both speaking to the media today after practice. You can catch those press conferences in full on Facebook, Twitter, and on YouTube, as well as Redskins.com. To keep up to date with all of the latest Redskins news, at Redskins on Twitter, and of course, Redskins.com.